J Dolls, and I'm back with another video. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so don't play with us because we are not one of them, okay? And if you do not subscribe, it's free 99, so I'm gonna wait while you subscribe. And if you don't, you a hater, take that with your mama, because why she raised you like that? So today, I'm actually going to be doing a review on Turo, so tell y'all a little bit about renting cars through Turo and my personal experience, because I noticed on YouTube there's not a lot of videos on customers talking about renting cars from Turo. And right now we are in an economy where it's a struggle, and this is not sponsored by Turo. This is literally my own personal experience and just breaking it down to y'all, because I was trying to get on this internet, this YouTube, and find customer reviews about Turo, and it was a bunch of people that sell cars on Turo and stuff like that. It wasn't customers that use Turo renting app. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now. So first, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all what Turo is, y'all. So Turo is a renting car app, y'all. So it's on the App Store, and a lot of y'all probably know because y'all watching this video. So it is an alternative to renting a car at a rental car place, right? So for example, like at an Enterprise or at a Budget, stuff like that, it's a different alternative. It's pretty much like the Airbnb of car rentals. So it's people's personal cars or companies that literally rent their cars out through the Turo app, and then you get to rent them through there. So I'm going to tell y'all my personal experience with Turo. I've only used Turo once, and this was in Texas. I was in a whole nother state, so I want to let y'all know. So first of all, what I do like about Turo, I really like Turo. There's some people that probably have bad experience with Turo, but my experience was pretty good. So let me just tell you, on the app, you literally, it's so easy to rent a car through Turo, which I really like. Like, you literally can just select, let me show y'all a little bit. Let's say I want this car. This car is expensive, but let's say I want this car right here. You can literally select whatever car you want with the dates, and you can either meet up at the spot. So usually if you meet up at the location they already have, it's cheaper. It's whatever the price is. But if you want them to drive the car to you at the airport, like let's say you're flying in somewhere and you want to rent a car, then it's going to be an extra charge. So you have to be prepared for that. Like, unless you just pick up the car at the location, you will have to pay extra than what it's already showing you on the app. Once you get to the end, it's going to give you an extra fee for that. So me, I was going to San Antonio, Texas, but I flew in through Austin, Texas, right? So I end up just going to the location, which the location was actually fairly close to the airport. So what I did was Uber from the airport to the location and got my car. My last, let me see, y'all. I'm going to try to see my trips that I had in the past. So y'all, this is the rental car that I had rented in the past. So y'all, I actually rented a Tesla. Y'all see that? I rented a Tesla Model 3. I don't know why I was saying Model S in one of my YouTube videos, like on my Texas vlog. I said Model S. Is a Model 3, and a Model 3 is better than the Model S, I believe. So anyways, y'all, I rented a Tesla Model 3 2022. So I had rented that car, and I had paid, let's see here, does it say it on here? I paid $54 a day, and I think it came out to be like $160 or $170 for the whole trip. So the flight, so the prices, y'all, is pretty good. $54 a day versus like when you get a rental car, sometimes you can get good deals. Like, I think my mom just said she got a rental car that's like $30 a day or whatever, so it's like $100 by the end of the trip, or it's like $40 a day or something. But you have to understand, when you get cars through regular rental places, they require a deposit, right? They require deposits, and deposits usually end up being like $500. Depending on how many days you're using it, a lot of places want you to get a deposit for $500. And a lot of times you have to use a credit card for that. So if you don't have a credit card where you have $500 to cover the deposit plus whatever you're paying for the car, then that's when it comes into a problem, because they don't usually let you use debit cards. So it's a whole thing. With Turo, you do not have to pay a deposit. They only will charge your car if you do have damages on there. And what I do like about it is that they make you at the end take pictures of your car, the outside and the inside, so you have security if someone says like, oh, something was damaged. They don't allow smoking in the cars, so the smoking in the cars will cause a big fee if they find smoking or maybe, you know, marijuana, you know, whatever in there, then you probably will get charged. So this is what you need to know. The pros and cons. The pros of like renting a car through Turo versus an actual car rental place is A, you don't have to pay the deposit, which is really nice. It helps you save money and have more money on your trip. B, it has a little bit more flexibility when it comes to pickup because yes, usually a lot of car rental places are open pretty late and they have like a little bit of flexibility, but Turo, what I like is it's self pickup, so you don't have to connect with anyone. A lot of them, not all of them, but I check for that. A lot of them you can just go pick up the key and then go about your business. You don't have to interact with a human being. That I love that a lot. You know exactly what car you're getting, exactly what it look like unless they gave you some bogus pictures, which I like. Sometimes you get to car rental places and they run out of certain cars, or you got to pick from a line of cars and the car that you wanted wasn't there. So I really enjoyed that. My experience, I rented one in Austin, Texas, and y'all see my rental car. I had it for about 2 days, and I think I spent about $150 and fees or whatever. Got my car, y'all. So I ain't gonna lie, the Turo person that I work with, they're actually a company. It's actually a company called, let's see here. The one that I purchased with, they are a company called Jackrabbit Rentals. So it's an actual rental car place. Like they have, I guess, a local rental place. I don't know. It's called Jackrabbit's Rental. And then they just have a private garage and they rent their cars through Turo there. So when I got to the neighborhood, the con, y'all, is when I got to the neighborhood was a little sketchy. Like it was kind of like crackheads and stuff outside. It was crackheads. And it was like a little sketchy people there, but somebody was actually nice enough to tell me how to go and get the keys. Because what I don't like is they don't do really good with clear instructions. Like they'll send you instructions the day before, but the instructions sometimes do not be detailed. So it'll be like, oh, like it's going to be on the left of the door, da 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 da. But then you don't know you got to go up the ramp in the parking lot and then take a right. Like, so I was a little frustrated because it was close to nighttime when I pick up my car. So I'm in the sketchy area at night, didn't know where to get the keys, but someone helped me. So I found the keys, went upstairs, got them, everything was fine, got in the car. I did have a little troubles because I did rent a Tesla. So just know, if you plan on renting a Tesla, do your research on what Teslas are what. Some of these come with the Tesla app, like access to the Tesla app, but this one did not. This one just comes with the key. So I had to Google how to place the key on the car, to open the car. It's a lot when it comes to a Tesla. And you can watch my Texas blog if you want those details. So anyhow, y'all, after that, everything was smooth sailing. I didn't have no problems with the car at all, which I loved. Even when I couldn't get into the car, when I did message the people, like they got back to me right away and I figured it out. I also like that when I charged my Tesla or their Tesla, whatever, I didn't have to pay for it. Like they didn't even bill me after. And I don't know if maybe they just have a membership with the superchargers. I have no clue. But I didn't pay for a single one of those. And they didn't charge me for it. Now with the tolls, when you go through tolls, especially like Texas, you're out of state where there's a lot of tolls, they will bill that to you later. And that wasn't bad either because it was only like $1.25. You do have to make sure you're reading how many miles you get. So for me, for 2 days, I had 600 miles. And I did drive to San Antonio twice. But I still was under 600 miles. If you go over that, you will get charged. So I didn't get charged for that. I didn't go over that. But you have to pay attention to these small details when you are booking. Turo is really nice. I liked renting through Turo. Like I said, I didn't have to put a deposit down. The prices were affordable. I ended up being able to pick up my car without having to deal with anyone. And the only con was the fact that it didn't have clear direction and just might be just the seller that I went through, or the renter, I guess, that I went through, and that it was in a sketchy neighborhood. Another thing I didn't like is the car had a lot of ants in it. And you got to remember, this is Texas, so like depends on where you're getting your car, what time of the year it is, and if it's been sitting in a garage for a long time. And I think this Tesla probably have been sitting in the garage for some time. And I think this car only had like a couple reviews, but I still trusted a lot because I was like, oh, I really want this car, and it was a good deal. And it was white, so I was just like, I feel like my grandfather was like calling me to get that car, so I just went with my gut and I went with the car. But a lot of people do try to get the ones that have a lot of reviews, which makes sense because you know that they have a good track record. But I had no problems. Like I said, y'all, I paid for the tolls. The tolls got billed to me like maybe 2 to 3 weeks after I used the rental, and they just send it to me through the Turo app, and I think you get like a few days to pay it or whatever. And it was not a lot. It was like probably like $10 or something for all the tolls, and I never had to pay for the charging, which I love. And returning the car back was easy. It was also key drop, so you just take pictures of the car and you drop the key in the key drop box or whatever. So that was easy and nice, and I got going. The biggest thing is you want to plan ahead, especially if you're getting a Tesla, to make sure you charge your car before you return it. Or if you have gas, you gotta put the gas back to what it was before when you return it. So I also suggest in the beginning to take your pictures when you first get the car as well. Make sure you take pictures of the inside, make sure you take pictures of the outside, the rims, all that stuff, so then when you return it and you take the returning pictures, you have pictures that were before, just in case they try to do something shady or they mark something and they say it was you. So, but me, I had a great experience. A lot of people talk bad about this, like, oh, this scam, it's a scam, it's scary, all this stuff. I was a woman by myself in Texas and also in a sketchy area, and I was fine. I was totally fine. It was easy for me to get the car. It was easy for me to drop it off, despite like the instruction issue. Other than that, I would do it again. Like, I don't see why I would actually want to sit in a line at Enterprise or Budget, because I literally just got a rental car from Budget a couple months ago, and it was a nightmare. It took us like over an hour to get the car, and then they gave us one car that was someone else's car, and then I had to go get another car. So honestly, I like to know exactly what car I'm getting. I like to be able to do that and not have to pay deposit and not have to worry about all those extra things they try to make you add on insurance and stuff like that. Turo, there's options for you to add extra insurance or just use your insurance. And they do ask for verification on the app, like verification of your driver's license. You gotta take pictures of that. And I think you have to upload your insurance and stuff like that. So it's pretty quick. I had no issues. It was very self-explanatory on the app for my first time using it. I will try to remember to link it down below, the Turo app, so you guys can use it. Like I said, this is not sponsored. This is my true experience with it. I did not have a bad experience with it. Everything went smoothly. The car was in good condition. It returned in good condition. No, the person wasn't sketchy trying to add no fees or nothing. Like, everything was smooth and sailing. So let me know if y'all have any questions in the comment, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.